Hey church, thanks for checking out this week's edition of the Afterthought. This week we just finalized our series called Simply, and we talked about being simply content on Sunday. What it looks like to have a heart that is content in Christ. And our big idea was the fact that Christ is enough. And that's what contentment is all about. We learned that it's not about the outward things. It's not about how much wealth we have or how much wealth we don't have, the things that we do or do not have, but really it's an attitude of our hearts. And I wanted to share this quote from Paul David Tripp that I shared on Sunday, maybe expound on it just a little bit here, and it's this: contentment celebrates grace. The contented heart is satisfied with the giver and is therefore freed from craving for the next gift. Now, on Sunday, I referenced this idea of this is why we struggle, or why we talk about the prosperity gospel and the issue with the prosperity gospel. First of all, anytime you put something in front of the gospel, anytime you make the gospel a compound word, the poverty gospel, the prosperity gospel, we're making a huge mistake. It's the gospel and only the gospel, which means Jesus Christ and only Jesus. But here's the problem with the prosperity gospel. It oftentimes sets our hearts on the gift instead of the giver. In the prosperity gospel, what happens is the giver, God himself, becomes the means to an end, and the end is the prosperity or the gift from the giver. And oftentimes what that looks like is I ultimately become the termination of that thing, that I am seeking after the giver of the gifts so that the gift can come to me and therefore ends with me. I sow so that I can reap. And the problem with that is that our focus begins to become upon ourselves and what we need or what we want or what that next thing is, rather than just enjoying and allowing our hearts to rest and be content in Christ and Christ alone. My encouragement to you, church, is that Christ is enough. Set your heart on Christ. He's the blessing and He is more than enough for you. Rest in Christ and allow that to be the end-all be-all. I'm not looking and searching for another gift. I rest in the giver of all good gifts, Christ and Christ alone. God bless you.